right now for a reason. The Most High deemed it necessary, that's why.
It says, and will destroy all the land thereof.
That's right, man. Ain't gonna be no piece of land that don't get hit. That whole lake of fire is gonna consume this whole 5,000 square miles of America. From Seattle, Washington to Miami. From Maine all the way back down to San Diego.
Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. Which is what you're saying. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail and with a fearful constellation.
That's what I was talking about earlier. California, it's a drought. You know, one of the worst droughts ever. And then when you go to Louisiana, it's a flood down there. So that's the elements. The Most High is using these elements to put hell on this place.
Hey, he used the flood. That was an element. He took out the whole world pretty much.
Yeah.
Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
That's right, man. This thing is close. We like I said before, we at the end, but we at the beginning of the destruction. It's drawing closer and closer to being, 100% full on.
The same type of bombings that America's doing, and y'all just saying, "Oh, it's for a good cause." That same type of shit is gonna come over here on a mass scale, being the thermonuclear missiles.
Man.
It says, "And one people shall stand up to fight against another."
That's been the topic of the day, man. Race riots. That's what's gonna happen, man. You ain't gotta believe it if you don't want to. But the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans gonna stand up. And this cracker gonna get it, man. There's gonna be confrontation in every city.
And swords in their hands.
That's right. The guns in their hands, pipes, whatever. Because you can make a weapon out of anything.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Sedition among men, that's not adhering to authority. So the police, the mayor, anybody that has any so-called authority, anybody gonna try to hear that. They were shooting out with the police yesterday. That's sedition among men.
Genesis 49 and 9.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit. I wanted that even. Go ahead.
Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up.
That's right, man, because that's who's rousing it up. That's who's starting it right now. The so-called Negroes. Because they're the main ones who's being put on blast through the media. They're the ones that the media keeps showing over and over and over and over. In every city, in every state, damn near. Down south, out east, out west. Shit, now you got Milwaukee, that's up north. Everywhere you go, we getting shot down in the streets.
That witchcraft was that witchcraft or sorcery, that lion. We don't care about that whatever lives matter movement. We don't care about any of it. But at the end of the day, you get a nigga on the news saying, well, statistically, this, and that. And if you look at it, it's not this, and that. In reality, y'all lying. You out here systematically killing Israelites, purposely trying to commit genocide and wipe them out without giving any recognition to it. And Jake is starting to see that for what it is. You can't hide, you can't use the news, you can't use fake reporters, you can't use Uncle Tom doctors and representatives and sheriffs and all that bullshit. So it says, he stooped down, he crouched as a lion, And as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
That's right. And when a lion crouches, he's being hid by the grass to pounce on his prey. And that's what we were talking about earlier with the chase road. So they gonna pounce.
And that crouch as an old lion saying, who shall rouse him up? That goes back to the Black Panther Party, the Peace Stone Power, the civil rights. That's all that. At this time, it's like, man, Esau dig his own pit. He's talking about the missiles when he said that in the scriptures, but he also digs his own pit by letting not giving the right to American citizens or parents to discipline their children, so now kids are wild. So now they're gonna do what they want. So now they wild now. So when that happened in Milwaukee, they just going buck crazy because they had no discipline the way the society was raised. You know, if it was back in the day, a lot of them kids wouldn't be doing all that. They were Uncle Tommy and trying to get jobs and this and that and getting careers and going to school and building up because they have more self recognition for their people and for their nationality. But now they don't give a fuck about nothing. They wearing skinny jeans, man. They don't care. You know?
Skinny jeans. Oh.
At the point, who shall rouse them up? Storm. You know, from Baton Rouge, Katrina, with FEMA, the Milwaukee, the Baton Rouge, social media, death, hate. You can say what you want, but when it keeps happening, you will get tired. You can't lie to that person all the time, man. You playing with fire. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, and like the brother said, social media, that's how they got together in Milwaukee. They saying on Facebook, you know, everybody come out of their neighborhoods and come fuck this cracker up. And that's what happened. That's how they got out there. That's how they set them police cars on fire and whatnot. That's how they say the revolution will be televised. That's the revolution being televised right there.
They're waking up to the media in America through social media, showing how, like, you got the election. That I like the campaign. You got Donald Trump. You got Hillary Clinton. She's known as a bona fide liar. Like, all this is rousing Jake up, man. All this is rousing you up. Okay?
Back in 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Like I said, man, it ain't gonna be no time that you wanna be in. People not gonna wanna leave their house, much less go to another city, and they're not gonna be able to because of martial law. And this race riot is a prime, perfect example of how they can set up this martial law. They already doing their exercises with what's it called, the UX this year. What's it called last year? Jade Hamlin.
They got the new things with the ID, where they consider you a domestic terrorist or a threat or flight risk with your state IDs, specifically in Louisiana, to the point that if they mark you that you can't leave that city. You know what I'm saying? Because they consider you a flight risk or a terrorist threat. So you can't get on the plane and go here, go there. Basically, the domestic terrorist, considering an American citizen a terrorist. So that's quarantine right there, a form of it.
And now, you know, with what happened down in Dallas, it's been a precedent that that they can use drones to kill American citizens if they deem you a terrorist.
They did. I'm about to say, in Dallas they did it. You know.
They used the robot. They blew the robot up around him so that he would get blown up with it, and and killed the dude. Supposedly that's what happened. But that's the story that they told, so that's the precedent that's been set.
Well, the fact that it's evidence, which is why they want to get off from WikiLeaks, that the American government has been spying on U.S. citizens' phone conversations, record phone conversations. You know?
Not only that, they've been spying on their allies. They was just buddy with Turkey, and then the U.S. set up that coup to take Turkey out. Russia found out about it because they got spies too, and then they told Turkey, and they was able to overcome it. That's why Russia and Turkey is buddy now. That's why they rocking together.
And you can read that in Ezekiel 38, man.
Togomar.
Where it said that God and Magog was going to be covering those other nations, man. And Turkey was within there, man. It's almost over.
They invaded Libya again. With Libya's in there.
Yep.
It says, as the end shall be manifest. It says in 2 Ezra chapter 9. You know, at the beginning is simple, explained, the end shall be manifest. You're going to know we at the end. And you can see it by all these countries. All of a sudden, Turkey was cool with America, but now for some reason, because really, we know, because America can't hold truth into, can't hold a good bone in their body. They that be at peace with them, you know what I'm saying, have turned their back against this type of thing, man. You know? You got it?
Well, yeah, I can get it. Second Ezra 9 and 5. You go to 4. It says, 2 Ezra 9 and 4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world had the beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also the highest have plain beginnings, and wonder and powerful works, and endings, and effects, and signs. Man.
Blood and Baton Rouge, Turkey and Russia, Ukraine and Russia, North Korea and the U.S., China, Japan. Them people still salty behind that. Cuba, for the Olympics, when they was carrying the torch, man, they was hopping out trying to snatch the torch, trying to spray it with a fire extinguisher, all kind of things, man. So, hey, South America, everybody's bumping up against it, and it's manifesting, man.
Iran.
You know, Iran, you know, Iraq, Afghanistan, you know, and people, every time it's like, oh, yeah, we could fix it, or it's just this, or they're bad guys. Everybody's not a bad guy, man. How the fuck the whole world is bad except for you? You know? Come back, everybody cool with everybody except for you. You know? America's a real bad guy, and that witchcraft they're using, going back to Isaiah, was that the 57th chapter, or the 47th chapter, when it says that sorcery wasn't going to, that the Most High said go use the sorcery in a sarcastic manner, and basically it's not going to work. That's what they're doing now, man. And that's them lies that they push, man. Using the media and the American way and the military and the deception to make people believe that the world is this way when it's really the opposite. So these countries are tired of that shit, man. You know? And it goes back to Isaiah the 14th chapter, man. They powering up. They're like, man, we got to stop these motherfuckers, man. You know?
All the kids in the playground coming together to beat up the bullies.
Yeah.
You can't take everybody lunch money every day of the school year. Second semester, niggas gonna get tired of that shit.
Yeah, second semester, they're going to invest that lunch money into some brass knuckles, man.
America hit the swoop.
Yeah.
America gonna be hit the swoop, bro.
Hey, I told you, because they was treating them like shit. Yeah, they like, okay. We got you.
Back in 2 Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
That's right, man. Ain't nobody gonna have no pity on their neighbors. Everybody gonna be getting it how they live in those days. And if it's a black dude that run across a white dude, they gonna box. They gonna have it all right then and there. And whoever got the better weapon gonna win. Because ain't nobody gonna be out here naked. You either gonna have a gun, you gonna have a knife, you gonna have a bat, you gonna have a crowbar, you gonna have something.
And say whoever has a better weapon gonna win. Guess what? The so-called white man has a better weapon. So what am I alluding to? That you got all you that want to go to war and this race war and all that. If you ain't got the Most High on your side, you done.
Okay.
You know? That's why I say, wait ye upon me. You ain't gonna beat Esau, man.
It says they're gonna be doing that for the lack of bread. Because going back to the famine, going back to the fact that 3 days worth of food in the stores, 3 days worth of food in the houses, everything's gonna be scarce. Resources ain't gonna be as abundant as it is right now. So everybody that live in those nice houses, it's gonna be a purge alert.
Target.
Yeah.
Nice houses that will be target.
This is the purge alert.
Lakefront property. You out west.
Regency.
Where we used to go trick or treating when we was wicked ass kids.
Some big ass candy bars. You know y'all got food. Shit, Esau be having 2 fucking refrigerators and shit.
Right.
Deep freezers. They got deep freezers in the garage and in the house.
They can barely fucking afford to put food on the table. So North Omaha is gonna get ran through instantly. That shit's gonna spread like wildfire. That's why it's gonna be the martial law. That's why they gonna, like the brother always say, they gonna let you get in the bell.